Are you stuck in a confusing relationship and unsure whether to stay or go? Stay tuned as we uncover the signs and solutions for your relationship struggles.
Welcome to Mind Minutes, where we untangle life's daily dilemmas. Today we're diving deep into the murky waters of relationship limbo, that sub-healthy phase, where you're constantly teetering between holding on and letting go. It's a tough spot to be in, right?
Absolutely. It's that agonizing back and forth, that push and pull, where you see glimpses of hope, but also feel the weight of ongoing issues. It's like being stuck in emotional quicksand.
Exactly. And the input text we are discussing today really captures that sense of internal conflict. You know, that feeling of, he promised he'd change, but he's back to his old ways, I want out, quickly followed by, but he is trying and I still love him.
It's classic. It highlights that core dilemma, the fear of wasting more time and energy versus the fear of losing someone you care about, the fear of what ifs.
Right. The text talks about this positivity resonance, that shared joy and connection that starts to fade when unresolved issues creep in. You feel less understood, less seen, and that shared excitement just dissipates.
Yeah. And then there's the broken promises, the short-lived honeymoon phases after every argument where things seem better, but then, bam, right back to square one. It erodes trust, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It's like a constant cycle of hope and disappointment. The input text also points to another crucial element, the struggle to accept each other as separate individuals with different perspectives and needs.
Oh? Tell me more.
Well, it's that inability to truly see and appreciate your partner's individuality, that need to always be right, to convince them to your way of thinking, even if it means they're constantly compromising or suppressing their own needs. It creates so much friction.
Definitely. And it drains the relationship of its joy and vitality. So how do we navigate this tricky terrain? How do we decide whether to stay and fight or just walk away?
The text suggests asking yourself three key questions. Does your partner also see the problems? Do they still want the relationship to work? And are they willing to put in the effort to fix things?
Those are excellent starting points. But, as the text mentions, sometimes asking directly isn't the best approach. Sometimes a gentler, more indirect route is needed, especially if you're hoping to salvage the relationship. Maybe showing your own willingness to change first can inspire them to meet you halfway, right? Yeah?
Exactly. Meeting each other's needs, expressing love in the way your partner receives love, that's key. The text emphasizes that. If they're unresponsive, unwilling to acknowledge the issues or put in the work, well, that might be your answer.
And if they are receptive, willing to work through things, what then?
Then it's time to roll up your sleeves and put in the effort. The text suggests several strategies: creating some distance, expressing affection intentionally, having an honest relationship check-in, even trying to see things from your partner's perspective. It also gives a helpful checklist of 8 key relationship dimensions to consider, from communication and conflict resolution to shared values and intimacy.
That's so helpful. A practical roadmap for couples navigating this difficult phase. It's about actively working towards a healthier connection. And even if, despite your best efforts, things don't work out, you'll have the peace of mind knowing you tried, right?
Precisely. You've minimized those what-ifs that can haunt you after a breakup. And maybe, just maybe, through this process, you'll discover a stronger, more resilient bond. And if you're finding this conversation helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into building stronger relationships. Now, before we move on, any thoughts so far?
Lots to unpack. This framework is incredibly valuable. It's not just about fixing a broken relationship, it's about building a better understanding of ourselves and our partners. More on that after a quick break.
So we were talking about those 8 key dimensions the input text suggests for evaluating a relationship. It really is a helpful checklist, isn't it? I mean, starting with communication.
Oh, absolutely crucial. How you talk to each other, how you listen or don't listen, that sets the tone for everything, doesn't it? Yeah?
Totally. And then conflict resolution. Not if you argue, but how you argue. Can you resolve disagreements constructively, or do they escalate into something bigger?
Exactly. And then shared values. Are you on the same page about the big things? Life goals, family, core beliefs, those are important, right?
For sure. And speaking of shared intimacy, not just physical, but emotional intimacy, feeling truly seen and understood by your partner, it's powerful stuff.
Definitely. And then there's commitment, not just to the relationship itself, but to the ongoing work of growth, both individually and together. It's a journey, not a destination.
Right. The input text really highlights that. It talks about affection and appreciation, making sure your partner feels loved and valued. Sometimes we take those things for granted, don't we?
We do. And then individual needs and boundaries, respecting each other's space, allowing each other to pursue individual interests. It strengthens the connection, ironically.
It does. And finally, shared fun and recreation. Do you still enjoy spending time together, laughing together, having those moments of joy and connection? It matters. It truly does.
It's the glue that holds it all together. It really is. So, taking all of that into account, going back to the 3 key questions, if you're in that subhealthy zone, how do you even begin that conversation? It can be so daunting.
Well, the text suggests maybe starting by expressing your own willingness to change, showing vulnerability, acknowledging your own shortcomings. That can create a safe space for your partner to do the same, maybe. Yeah?
I see. And if they're receptive, then what? Do you dive right into the 8 dimensions? Schedule a formal relationship review? Sounds a bit intense.
Maybe not a formal review, but an honest check-in for sure. And not necessarily a laundry list of complaints, but a genuine expression of your feelings, your needs, your hopes for the relationship. And hey, if you find this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more. We really appreciate your support.
Absolutely. Focusing on those shared positive moments, expressing love in the way your partner receives it, these are powerful tools for building a stronger, healthier connection. And even if things don't work out, you'll know you gave it your best shot. No regrets. Thanks for joining us on Mind Minutes, everyone. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.